Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, if you have not seen the breaking news, Aaron Rodgers is done for the season. I'll put some of the tweets on screen, but it seems like he has a torn Achilles. It was pretty evident at the time of when the injury took place. A lot of people were saying it was maybe ankle injury. I could tell right away there was something going on with that calf, the way it just recoiled. It was not looking good. So overall, Aaron Rodgers is going to be done for the season, which leaves the New York Jets with Zach Wilson. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to kind of give you a breakdown of how I think the Jets can do with Zach Wilson. Even though we saw it last year, this team with this defense looks like it can possibly carry Zach Wilson. I'm going to get right into it, so if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you do drop a like. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now, in the case of Aaron Rodgers, what exactly is happening right now? He has a torn Achilles. For those of you who are probably thinking, well, maybe he can come back some way in the midpoint. No, he's done. He's done for the year. He's out for the season. I don't even know if he could possibly, if the Jets were to be somehow extremely well, I don't know if he could possibly even come back for the Super Bowl. Now that that's out of the way, you are with Zach Wilson, okay? You are with Zach Wilson. How will Zach Wilson do? Well, let's look at some of the stats of the game. Zach Wilson went 14 for 21, about a touchdown, 1 interception, got sacked twice, 140 yards passing. His QBR was a 22 with a rating of 81. I'm going to be straight up and honest. If he didn't have that interception, that would be kind of like an average to subpar game. And the thing that's dumb about that one interception is it looked like a Zach Wilson interception. It wasn't like oh, maybe we can give you an excuse for that. Maybe he got tipped. No, he was trying to fit it in between a gap where a linebacker was standing right there and the corner was following the receiver. You don't throw that ball unless you have, you were going to zip that sucker in there at the speed of light. So let's go through and kind of recap the game. Number one, the defense carried that team. In a way, you probably want to look at that game and say, after Aaron Rodgers went down, would this team just give up? They'd just be like, fuck, now we're right back to where we were last year. We have Zach Wilson as our quarterback. Last year, we struggled in the late games because we didn't have a quarterback that could help us get down the field, win some games. But this time, it was like this defense, they stood up. The fans were getting into it. It got loud in there. Now, I want to say right away, if Josh Allen didn't throw 3 interceptions, the Jets would have 100% lost this game. I don't know what was going on with Josh Allen last night. It was like the 2 deep balls where he threw the picks. He was forcing the fuck out of those. And then the 1 interception where he was trying to fit onto like a corner route, I believe it was to Gabe Davis. That one was more on him. The other 2 were just him being completely stupid. The 3rd one was him just making a bad read. I mean, overall, what the defense did against the Buffalo Bills, I mean, Josh Allen went 29 for 41, 236 yards. He had the touchdown. It's just those 3 picks were screwing them over. Running the ball, they weren't that good, 97 yards. But they're not really a running team. And then Josh Allen also had the 1 fumble lost. It just seems like the way this kind of game went, this game pretty much had everything kind of go the Jets' way after Aaron Rodgers went down. Almost like if the Jets had Aaron Rodgers for this entire game, they probably would have just blew the Bills out of the water. So you can kind of go both ways. If Josh Allen doesn't make all those dumb mistakes, Bills are beating the shit out of the Jets. If the Jets had Aaron Rodgers that entire game, the Jets are beating the shit out of the Bills. Now, ultimately, what won in the game, I think the guy's name was Xavier. I don't know if that was his first or last name, but he had that punt return at the end of the game. It was going hype. Questionable tripping call, whatever, around the 20-yard line. Could have been called. It didn't get called, so it just doesn't exist now. That could have brought the ball back. Maybe had to make him kick a field goal. Either way, I think the Jets would have probably still won. So it's a great win for the team. What they need to do now is they need to assess where they go from now. Because obviously, like I said, for all the Jets fans that are freaking out, praying that Aaron Rodgers comes back this year, he's done. You will see him next year if he comes back. That's the big thing we're also going to talk about in this video. But staying on this season, what can they do with Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson, and I'll put this on screen so you guys can see it as well. In 2022, he didn't have a bad year, like completely god-awful year. It's just he had so many ups and downs. He had the 6 touchdowns, the 7 interceptions, 1,600 yards. It wasn't exactly like the kind of year that you want out of his quarterback. It was more like they were leading on the run game. I believe the first couple of games, they had Mike White, they had Joe Flacco out there. They weren't really going with Zach Wilson right away, but then it's like they tried to give him a shot. He played okay. Then he started playing bad, and the rest was history. Now, from what we've been hearing is apparently Zach Wilson has been taken under Aaron Rodgers' wing. He's been learning. He's been understanding kind of an offense. Aaron's been trying to teach him ways to be a better quarterback, ways to kind of grow up a little bit, because that was Zach Wilson's other problem. He had a trouble with just growing up, maturing, trying to be able to be somebody that can lead a franchise when need be. And I think he showed that, especially in Hard Knocks. It seems like Zach Wilson has kind of grown up a little bit. He's learned to talk to the media better, be a better teammate, The guys are there supporting him, even on the sideline during the game against the Bills. The teammates were going up to him as they were going down the field. They were just kind of getting some field goals. Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, some of the linemen, they were going up to him, tapping on the shoulder like, hey man, we got you. Come on, keep your head up. We got this. We can do this. And then you saw it with that fade ball to Garrett Wilson for the touchdown to tie the game up. Everybody was right there with Zach Wilson saying like, you see, you can do this. Keep your head up. We got this. We're going to keep going. Now, as I said, this season, he's done. Next year, they'll have him back. We're not going to speak on next season since he'll obviously be back. But looking at their schedule going forward, what can this team do with Zach Wilson? I'll put their schedule up on screen, but it's not exactly the easiest schedule known to man. They got Dallas next in Dallas. If they had Aaron Rodgers, I'd say they got a shot to win that game. But without Aaron Rodgers, Micah Parsons and Lawrence, they're going to eat Zach Wilson alive. New England, that's going to be a tough one. New England has had Zach Wilson and basically the Jets' numbers for many, many years. That one could be a loss. Kansas City, that one could be a loss. Denver, maybe you win that one. Philly, maybe you could squeak one there, but I don't think they'll win that one. The only ones I see over like the next few weeks is maybe you get the New England one, maybe you get the Denver one, and the New York one. After that, I mean, you got the Chargers, you got Buffalo again in their house, you got Miami again, Washington, looks like they're not going to be any scrubs this year, Cleveland, New England again. Do I dare say the Jets could possibly be anywhere from a 6-win team all the way up to a 11-win team? This team has a very wide window. So going forward, how exactly are they going to take this team when it comes to what they can do without Aaron Rodgers? They're going to have to run the ball a lot more because Zach Wilson is not going to be that kind of big-time thrower that they brought Aaron Rodgers in for. And it seemed like they knew how to run the ball a good bit last night. Dalvin Cook ran the ball well. Breece Hall ran the ball extremely well. And I think if they can just keep that run game going, Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard can get open, make some easy catches for Zach Wilson, not make him have to do too much. Little 10-yard completions. The offensive linemen, they have to get better, though. If they get better, those tackles especially, if they can hold up on their own a little better, this team's got a chance. And then I already broke it down or talked about it a little bit earlier. This defense, that thing is legit. You got the 3 picks. That D-line is hunting down quarterbacks. This team is set up to win a Super Bowl. It just came down to that quarterback position. And now we are back to almost like a square one of, is Zach Wilson the future? Because he's got another shot now. If he goes out there and he bums it up this year, he might be out of a job next year. So overall, what does it come down to? Like I said, defense keeps playing the way they're playing. They got a shot. Receivers, running backs, they're all playing well. Offensive linemen need to get better. And Zach Wilson, buddy, it's all on your shoulders. Can you take the pressure and hone down on it and go out there and just kick some ass? Because if you don't, Uncle Rodgers is going to be coming back next year saying, hey, yo, Skipper, get out of my seat. My turn. But other than that, that's all I got to discuss for today's video. As always, if you wanted to enjoy today's video, make sure you do go ahead and drop a like. It's always appreciated if you do so. If you disagree with any of the opinions that I had here in today's video on anything I said about Rodgers, maybe the Jets defense, what I think about the Bills, what they were doing, anything you disagree with or agree with, leave it down in the comment section down below on anything you maybe have agreed or disagree with. If you wanted to enjoy today's video and you're a fan of the channel and you want to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button, it's always appreciated if you do so. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you're notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.